Welcome into Sportsgate. My name is Derek Clapper, and I'm once again joined by John Felipe. John, how you doing today?
Namaste. I'm doing incredible. You could not have scripted a better season than what we experienced with the Carolina Panthers. So we're in the playoffs now, baby. I'm feeling good.
Much better than we would have felt if it was a different result. The Falcons didn't come through.
Especially because of how the Buccaneers game ended.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, with the
Like,
refereeing and whatnot.
yeah, it was. It was like a different range of emotions going from like, oh man, we might have blew it until like coming a full fledged like Falcons fan for one day.
Imagine being a player too. Like imagine
Yeah.
like being like Jalen Coker watching this happen. Just being like from oh dang, like this sucks so bad to like, well, I got practice tomorrow. We're in the playoffs.
Literally. So definitely good vibes all around. The Colts, they didn't have a good end to the season, so we'll get to that later. But you know how that goes and how it all went down, what went wrong, and all those different type of things. But we're gonna start off on a high note. Let's just start talking about the Panthers. The Panthers that made the playoffs for like the first time since 2017.
Yeah.
First time they won a
First
division since
home playoff
2015. Yeah,
game since
yeah,
2015, a decade.
y-
More than a decade.
yeah, yeah. But how you feeling, man? How you feeling about the Panthers getting into the playoffs, and what do you foresee?
Okay, so first and foremost, I was at peace. We talked about this last episode. I was at peace with whatever would have happened. Like those last, 2 days, Saturday, Sunday, I thought we could win against the Buccaneers. I didn't think it was guaranteed. I thought we could, and we didn't. And I was like, cool. And even going into Sunday, I was thinking, all right, like we already had a good season. Okay, Falcons are up. Cool. But once it got to like the D Alfred pick, I my emotion, I started feeling human again, and I was like, "Oh no, come on, you can do, come on, we're about to go to the
Yeah,
playoffs."
coming a
you
full
know,
fledged Falcons fan, like let's go, like
yeah.
like
I was really trying to be like so like whatever happens is the best case scenario because we already overperformed, and at the
Mhm.
same time, I want the best case scenario to happen. I don't want any injuries to happen in the playoffs. I don't want any loss of a draft pick if it was somebody that Dan Morgan and company would have loved that was like one pick before if we didn't have the pick. I just wanted the best case scenario to happen. So I know I could feel joy later and it would rob me, or now and it would rob me of it later. So I was feeling kind of like, all right, whatever happens, happens. And the fact that that happened in that sequence of events, especially because that mindset followed me from the Falcons beating the Rams, I was not like, oh, go Falcons. I was like, whatever happens, happens. like, and the Dolphins
Staying
beating
even
the
keel.
Buccaneers, the Dolphins beating the Buccaneers, I was like, whatever happens, happens. Like, I so for it to like all like accumulate to that specific moment where I'm like, whatever happens, happens. Oh, we actually made the playoffs. Like it was a 0 to 100 feeling. it
I think what I kept saying it was this. I texted you like it was meant to be,
was meant to
like it
be.
was
It
just
had to
meant to
be,
be. It
right?
was meant to be.
Right?
And even
It
with the
had
Panthers not playing like their best football, like down the stretch, is just
But
like
then the thing is about the Panthers, they don't play their best football, and they'll make an incredible play like out of nowhere,
yeah,
like a
yeah,
beautiful, insane play, and it'll usually be T Mac or Jalen Coker.
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. They definitely has had their moments in the Buccaneers game. That game was insane. I mean, first of all, I mean the rain pretty much the weather was crazy. I mean, you could tell it was affecting the players throughout the game, and it was just like, okay. And then like the start of the game, them being, down 10-0, and then the media able to, that Christian Roseboom interception that pretty much gave the Panthers some momentum. They were able to go
That's
down,
good. Yeah.
score that touchdown. After that, that was good. And then after that, it was just like the defense started playing better and stopping the Buccaneers and giving the offense a chance to come back and win. So it was like, okay, now we hear it's like the nerves are getting in. It's like, let's just make these plays, and then like get some turnovers that happen, and then like, oh man, in the fourth quarter, like you was just like, what's gonna happen? You gotta, I mean, you seen Bryce come back. It was like they were moving the ball, I would say, fairly well, I thought, throughout the game, but it was like a play here, a play there. If it's like a couple drops happen, and then like maybe like a penalty or like
I
third,
mean, the penalties were insane.
yeah,
The Buccaneers game. It was just inexcusable, really, in the NFL. Like, I mean, come on. It makes it like, even if your goal truly is to get some kind of prop bet up or something, like if you really were in collusion with like the betting odds, or you wanted the Panthers to lose for some reason, why make it so obvious? Like, it
right,
doesn't benefit you. Like, it
yeah,
just made
yeah,
no sense to call, and it made people call into question. I mean, the T Mac offensive pass interference, something that
that
Mike
was
Evans
awful,
done.
god
Mike
awful,
Evan, Mike Evans does that every game, multiple times a game, like that exact move. Like,
yeah.
and then somebody made a great point. Like, what if he was a little weaker and he didn't get the guy's face to move as far off? Would you have still called it then? And if no, then it's fundamentally flawed. Like,
It's
the
not like
way,
he, yeah, man, it's not like he gained the advantage. Like he literally, like
not
was
at all,
coming hard,
not at
like
all. He swam, moved, and it hit him.
yeah,
Like, he
yeah,
didn't gain an advantage from that. And he was 30 yards up the field, 5 yards ahead of his man by the time that happened. Like,
exactly, yeah.
on the same play. Like, I it's just frustrating because when you see things like that, when you see the Cade Otton, the tight end, who was running in front of, I believe, uh, safety. It was not a cornerback. He was running in front of one of our safeties, maybe Nick Scott, and he tripped up on
Oh
himself,
my god, I remember that play. Yeah,
and it was a defensive pass interference. And I'm thinking, like, but it's not though. Like,
like literally, he literally just trips. I mean, that should be something you can review. Like that should be like a
well, now
reviewable
I'm
play.
thinking, like, there's no way they're gonna review it. They have to, obviously. But they didn't. They didn't. They just let it happen. Like,
Yeah, I was just like,
that's
what's
what
going
makes me
on?
feel happy about, like, the Falcons winning in the improbable events, because you know what? There we go. We're even now. Like,
Yeah, yeah. Not to mention the backwards pass that they called, like with Rico Dowdle. Was just like, oh man, like you just don't understand it. They talking about the ball went out of bounds. Rico Dowdle literally had the ball in his hands still, and I'm like, when did the ball go out of bounds? What's the explanation for this? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like,
oh, dude, that
okay,
was crazy. I mean, that was another one where it made no sense whatsoever. Like, they're saying that, okay, he dropped it. First of all, he dropped it. He should have caught it. Whatever. We get it. Like, the Panthers would never been in that position if he didn't drop it. But he dropped it. And they're saying when that it went out of bounds and we lost the yards. Like, that is just doesn't make sense based off of the visual
like
output.
we're
That, like,
watching it.
yeah, we're seeing it. It's like, don't believe your lying eyes. Like,
That was insane. I'm just like, and like the dude that comes on and like talks about the referees, like I guess the referee expert, he doesn't help anything either. He's just like, he just going on with the flow. Like, is that
like Mike Garofalo or something? What is his name?
Piero, whatever his name is? I don't
Oh,
know.
yeah, yep, yep. It's some, like, Italian.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He just be like, it feel like he just come on just to protect the refs. Like whatever they go says on the field, he gonna agree with it. Yeah, I think that was the right call. Like,
I think the refs did a great job on that one.
and everybody's like, why are you even on here if you're just going to agree every time? Like, this really needs you to talk. Come on here and talk if you're going to agree every time. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, like we're watching it on TV. It doesn't make any sense what you're saying or what we're seeing. Like, it doesn't correlate. It's like, bro, like, what is this?
It was actually wild though. And it makes me like less angry about it because of what happened and that we're in the
Yeah.
playoffs. But I'm just like, how do you justify this? It makes me think of I'm not even gonna think about you already know the world around us or not. Well, it makes me think of like how do you justify like and they have the authority and they just justify things that like we can see is not happening. Like
Yeah. And this felt like after that, it was just like everything just started like going wrong. Like the missed field goal, like the 54 yarder, and then like the flea flicker that like Rico
oh
Dotto
my
slipped.
gosh, the flea for that was actually kind of crushing.
Yeah, that
In the
was
red
that
zone.
hurt. I mean, dude, I was just like, I couldn't believe it. We was like, what kind of play? I was watching it with my dad, and I was just like, we was like, what kind of play is that? We was like, what? It's like, why they even running this in the red zone? We just like,
Well,
oh man,
there was speculation that maybe Jimmy Horn just like threw it back as a response, or not Jimmy Horn, Rico
Rico
Dowdle
Dotto.
threw
Yeah,
it back as a response, like
yeah.
just like that wasn't the design of the play.
Okay, okay.
As with their speculation, I don't know.
I was just, I don't know, but it is. Regardless, I was just like, just hold on to the football so you can keep the ball. Get the ball to the other teams. And it's like because they were driving down the field like about to
We were right
score.
there. It was in the red zone.
And the Panthers literally scored on the next possession. So I mean, even if they got a field goal at that last drive, they would have been in the lead, after that. So I was just like, oh, they don't ruin their opportunity. I was just like, oh man, like now we gotta root for the Falcons. It's like, oh man,
Dude,
but
I'm right there with you. But like the thing for me is like I already found peace. I was just like, I truly did. I can genuinely say I found peace. I was like, whatever happens, it was meant to be. We had a great season already. And honestly, like, we didn't even, like, the things that led us to get to this point are frankly insane. Like, we have a division with all above 500 teams over there, like
yeah,
in the NFC. So we got lucky to get to this point, and this could maybe get us to a better draft pick that could lead to I don't know Caleb Downs, somebody like a new good person. I am happy with whatever, and there's no injuries, and I had joy watching the season. So I truly was at peace 1,000%. But once that D Alfred interception happened, I was like, all right, we might be in the playoffs. This is kind of awesome.
yeah. Yeah, like you get another opportunity.
Yep.
The playoffs. It's been 10 years. In the
It's
playoffs.
been a decade, dude. I was a different, I was a child.
Literally, like this getting in. Like I was just getting into college. Like that was. Literally. Yeah. So crazy things happen, but for
Yeah.
sure, for sure. But yeah, the Panthers, man, they play the Rams now. Obviously, they played them in the regular season and they beat them. But every game is different, and we know the Rams are just
Oh,
a
I'm not
great
even
team.
I'm not even taking into account that like it some I see online say like, "Oh, the Panthers beat them before, we'll beat them again." It's a different game. They're different
No.
teams. They've grown throughout the season. There was very specific play. Like it's just not the same game. So, but I'm excited though because I do think that we had the capacity to beat them, and I think that still is true. You know,
Mhm.
and in the way that our teams matched up, we were able to do whatever we needed, exploit it. We have to get lucky on interceptions, whatever we needed, and so it gives us maybe more hope and confidence. But I do think these are very much different teams, and the Rams are still very much the overwhelming favorites.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. Um, what do you think the Panthers need to do though to make this a game to actually pull off the upset? So they say,
Yeah, yeah. I think in particular they have to continue to create turnovers. Like they have to get turnovers again. Um, it's it's what made the game the last time. We had
yep,
three turnovers,
three
two
turnovers.
interceptions, and then one was a pick six, and then one was a fumble recovery in the red zone while it was a close game. Like they could have easily won that game. Like
Yeah,
it took everything to go perfect to win. So do not take them lightly. And we need to play aggressively more on offense, I'd say. It kind of frustrates me a little bit how conservatively we play on offense. And I understand it, but it's like let our players make plays. Throw it to Jalen Coker. Freaking when does Jalen Coker ever drop it? He just throw it to him. It's like he's one of those guys like Puka Nakua or Adam Thielen was in Minnesota. Like
yeah.
just throw it to him. Like get him involved.
Good things
And
happen.
good things happen. And then T Mac can make explosives, and then we can give because I'm not trying to like diss Xavier Leggett or anything, but like he's not a full receiver. He's not a full NFL receiver. He's somebody that's good at specific things. And so let's get him involved and like get him galloping across the field while T Mac and Jalen Coker got the people away and pull the gravity out. And then he's going full speed and he has it and he can just gallop. Like that's what we
Yeah,
need, like doing a full post slant, you know? Like
yeah,
I think that's the kind of thing that we can do. It frustrates me how they they don't almost fully trust Bryce or fully trust themselves play calling.
yeah,
They play
yeah.
conservatively at times where I'm like, dude, don't you see how good it is when we're not doing that?
You can see
Let,
glimpses every time. Like
let's
even in the
not. It's
Buccaneers
always
game.
it's always when I mean you remember last year against the Eagles, like that against the Chiefs, like when it was crunch time and we could not run the ball or play conservatively, and we would still run the ball, but it wouldn't be in a way that's conservative. Like
Right. Yeah.
it wouldn't be like, all right, this is our run play, so we can set it up. Everybody knows it's going to be a run, but like, let's do it so we can set it up. Like, it's just so conservative, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. You definitely like, man, just take the handcuffs off. Just let him, let Bryce cook, getting out. Cause you
Yeah,
just see like when he's able to like when he has time, when he's not being pressured, like the plays he's able to make in and outside the pocket, like throws him and T Mac, the chemistry is amazing. I mean, like I said, in the
oh
Buccaneers game, they
yeah,
had
T
so
Mac
many
is an
throwing
incredible
catches.
player too.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the advantages in this game too with T Mac. I think he's like with the Rams DBs, they're kind of on the smaller side, so he has the ability to use his size and ability to route running to get open and make those contested catches as well. So it's like they should definitely be feeding him a lot. Jalen Cole get him the ball obviously, and
Obviously,
and see if they can get their running game going because they haven't been able to like get the running game quite going the last couple games. I know that was key in the last game. Time of possession. I know they like. I mean, they own time of possession in the last game when they face each other, the Panthers and Rams. So that's definitely something you want to keep them off the field as much as possible because you know how explosive the Rams offense can be
and then
when they get it.
145 yards rushing. I think they on a lot of attempts too. So they kind
Hmm.
of try to control the time of possession.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. But overall, like, how do you feel about the Panthers overall? Like the direction they're going in, and like you think that it's on. I mean, obviously, over the last couple of years, they've like won. I think it was the first year that Canals in there. They had before they got there, they had won 2 games, and then they came in won
Yep,
5 games, and then
two,
eight
then five,
games.
then now eight. Yep.
Yeah, so
I am feeling very confident about the direction that Carolina Panthers are going in. The reason why I think the culture they're building is perfect. Uh, Dave Canales is a great culture builder. I think. I think he's consistent, does everything that you need to do to build, like focus on the fundamentals, build the camaraderie, have accountability, like everything you need in a head coach. Like, and then Dan Morgan, I think as well. He's a great scout. He has a keen eye for not only talent, but what a lot of people in Panthers Nation would like meme like for people that have that dog in them, like that 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 X factor. And I think he's gotten a lot of great guys. I mean, you look at his undrafted free agent signings, especially Jalen Coker. I thought he was a stud from the beginning, so it was awesome that we got him. But I mean, Dan Morgan is able to just scout people that have that like X factor, that dog in them. And Dave Canales is able to coach them to their full potential. So, that being said, I'm very happy about the state of things right now. I would not have thought we would be in the playoffs at this point. We didn't really truly deserve to be in the playoffs, but I do fully, truly believe that we can beat anyone any given week. So we didn't like we got lucky to be here, but now it's time to dance. I'm excited to see what we can do, you know?
Oh yeah, definitely should be exciting for sure. And with the season, how it went, I mean, like I said, 8 and 9. I mean, that's pretty. I think that's better than everybody expected at this point. Because coming into the season, I mean, I think a lot of people were saying maybe 6, 7 wins, maybe. If everything went right. Um, but I mean,
Jenna said,
they
"Shut up." She didn't even see me do the thing, but she knew what I. She hears it all day with the kids. 6 7.
yes, I do as well. But yeah, but it's like the Panthers. They're definitely putting themselves in a position where they can be a team that's reckon with, a team that's relevant. Like I said, I mean, they got young players that's just stepping up and like you can build around. I mean, like I said, Bryce Young is getting better. T Mac, Jalen Coker. I mean, Chuba's good. I mean, Rico's still there. I don't know if they're gonna resign him or not after this season, but I mean, they still
We'll
got
have to see. I mean, it really depends on Jonathan Brooks.
what's the buddy name that got hurt, but it's
Jonathan
the running
Brooks.
back. Jonathan Brooks. They still have
Yeah,
him who hasn't played
and
yet
it
and
depends
has
on him
talent.
and his recovery. And honestly, I am a huge Jonathan Brooks fan. Like, I think he has tremendous potential, and he came back from an ACL once. I think he can come back again. I think he can. So I think he's going to be a feature running back. I think he's going to be a stud for us.
Absolutely, absolutely. And then you got I think the offensive line has played pretty well throughout the season. I mean, one of the best in the league, I would say. Seeing like the growth of Ike Ekwano and some of the other guys, and then and they dealt with injuries too. So you've seen like young players coming in and stepping in, like when people are out,
Yeah.
um. So it's been good to see as far as the offensive line. Of course, defensively, you got Derek Brown in the middle, and you got Nick Scourton who had that tremendous rookie
I
season.
do not understand. Speaking about like draft prospects, I do not understand how Nick Scourton fell to our spot. I don't. Because he had a bad year at Texas A&M, like that had a horrible defensive line in terms of scheme and production. I'm just happy that we got him because earlier mock drafts, if you go to the beginning of the season, had
Mhm.
when he was still at Purdue, I believe it was Purdue, uh, still had him in the top 10. Like, and then he fell because he had one productively bad season. It's like you realize like production isn't everything. Like
Yeah,
you,
yeah.
you
It's
have to
hard to
look at the
be,
context. Like,
yeah, the fit, all that. Yeah,
but we got him. Yeah, I'm excited that we have all these good productive rookies. Mitchell Evans too out of Notre Dame.
yeah, yeah. He's been doing well. Like I said, and you got guys that are developing like Princely. I think he's going to be, once he gets, his footing under, he's probably going to
That's
be
right.
an
Uman
impactful player. Yeah.
I learned how to say it.
Yeah, and then you got like guys that stepped up, like Christian Roseboom stepped up. I mean, he
Yeah.
played pretty well this season. Linebacker, Trevor Morig. I mean, he played well. Um, all types of players. Of course, you got J.C. Horn and Mike Jackson. I mean, both of them played extremely well this year. So, I
Yeah.
mean, the defense is growing into a very good unit, one of the better units in the league. So it's good to see.
And our
Um,
defensive coordinator, Ajiro Evero, I think is
yeah,
quietly a very strong uh, architect of a defense. Like people get frustrated because the Panthers defense was so bad last year, but we lost Derek Brown. We didn't have much talent to begin with. Like I think he's shown that he is able to really cause stress on an offense and cause turnovers. He's
mhm.
created a lot of chaos plays and a lot of turnovers. So I'm excited to see what he can do in the playoffs.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. See what he can cook up against the Rams. I mean,
And his
like I
bag,
think, yeah,
his former
I was
teammates.
listening. Yeah, I think. Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. So he got he's familiar with that offense and what they do, well and different things of that. But I was listening to somebody today and they were saying like how like Evero like the way he mixes up his coverages
Yeah,
like it disrupts other teams' offenses and it can confuse like what they're going to do and like
I
just the
like that
ability to
he
do that.
does a lot of disguises.
Yeah.
I think our defense, honestly, like people that are frustrated with our defense, I think don't understand the overarching like theme. It's like sometimes you don't have the pieces, but the scheme itself is solid. You like, like if you don't have the piece that can do, you need this guy to do this specific role. It's like if you're an actor and you're acting out a script for like a terrible sitcom, there's no like amount of acting that you can do that will save the script, like so if you don't have, and vice versa, if you don't have the talent to do a good one, like it's not gonna come to fruition regardless of how good the play caller is. So I'm of the opinion that we should re-sign Ajiro Evero and continue to have him with that defense. I think he's done a great job schematically, despite the lack of talent at times.
Absolutely, absolutely. Um, Definitely. I think that just like I said, like the teams that they played this year, like think about how well they played against some of the better teams in the league, like the Green Bay Packers, um, the Rams, the Seahawks. Like they were in every one of these games, against teams that have good offenses, really good offenses. And defense stepped up and gave the Panthers a chance to win those games. So it's like you can see it, but it's all about being consistent,
Right.
playing complementary football. So if the
Yeah.
offense can ever become consistent and like stick to an identity and play like that every single week, so that like every single week, who's going to show up and what they're going to do, it can make for a better football team overall.
Yeah. I completely agree.
Yeah. So we'll definitely see what happens. Looking at like some of the final stats of the season, Nick scoring, him and Derek Brown led the team with sacks with 5. Bryce
It's
Young, yeah,
impressive for Derek Brown. It's shocking he didn't make the Pro Bowl. That's
still
another
don't know
thing
what they're
where it's
doing.
like I want to know the thought process behind it. You know,
Definitely don't know what happened with that. Um, Bryce Young finished the season with over 3,000 yards passing, 23 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. Um, let's see, Trevor Morig, he tied the NFL DB record for tackles for loss with 13. So that's something
I
that'd be
saw
pretty
that.
good. Yeah. Um, but yeah, I think the Panthers became the fifth team in league history to win a division title with a losing record, and like
Wow,
I
was
think there
that
was
many?
like
I only
yeah
remembered us against the Cardinals in 2014, and then the Beastquake game.
yeah, and it's kind of crazy because it says like everybody's talking about the point differential and like how the Panthers have a negative one, but it's like I think the only other playoff teams that had one, I'm looking at it right now. It says the 2004 Rams, 2011 Broncos, and 2010 Seahawks. They all won their game, their wild card game. So that's something that
Yeah,
bodes well for the Panthers.
yeah, that's what I saw. I saw that too, but that's cool.
Yeah,
I'm excited
definitely,
because it gives me some hope.
definitely. Panthers are definitely. I mean, I think they play what 4:30 on Saturday.
Yep.
Definitely looking forward to that. Against the Rams at home, a
I'm
home game too.
so excited.
So that always helps when you're at home. It gives you more confidence. Give you, you got your fans
The
behind you.
stadium is gonna be rocking, dude.
I mean, you texted me that earlier that Cam Newton's going to be pounding the drum before the
Yes.
game.
Oh, it's
So
gonna be amazing. It's gonna be so awesome. It's gonna be great. Like he's gonna break the Babe Ruth curse. You know how Babe Ruth cursed the what was the other team that he was on? The Mets or something. He was on another team before the Yankees, and
yeah,
he got traded, and apparently that team has sucked ever since then. And so it's the Cam Newton curse because you did him dirty. And Matt Rule benched him at the end of that season, and David Tepper never like made amends in the right way. Now it's gonna
yeah,
all be what what should have been.
yeah. Hopefully they can mend that relationship. And,
Yep.
get Cam Newton around more often. Just at honoring like what he did for the Panthers when he in his career, which was nothing short of amazing.
I mean, incredible. Like it's not even arguable.
you know, definitely. So definitely should be good to see. We could definitely be excited. We're looking forward to definitely. Um, I right now we gotta go to a much sorrowful note. The
Dang.
Indianapolis Colts, they fall to 8-9 on the season. Um, Ended the season on an 8-game losing streak, which is god awful. Um,
Yeah. You must
it's
feel like the
just
Buccaneers. All right, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Buccaneers fans.
definitely a tale of two seasons. I mean, started the season 8-2. I mean, feeling good, flying high, all the everything in front of you, high expectations at this point. At that point, thinking like, maybe I mean, maybe we can make a run in the playoffs, you know what I'm saying? And then everything just starts to fall apart, injuries and all
What
this.
was the at the point where Daniel Jones was injured? Was it already dire?
It was getting there, but it was like I think they had, like lost 2 games or something like that. They lost to like the Steelers and like I think like the Chiefs after that. I think after going 8-2, and I think at that point we was like they had been saying that Daniel Jones had been dealing with an injury, but we didn't know how severe it was at that point. We was just like,
Okay.
oh, maybe he should be playing through it, and we was like, because it kind of was
It's
kind of vague
crazy.
how
We
to
don't know. We don't know sometimes what these athletes are
yeah,
dealing with. When you watch like
yeah.
Hard Knocks and stuff, you'll be like, "Oh my gosh, that's wild."
Yeah, what they be doing to like actually play like in the
Yeah,
game,
yeah.
all the type of things they had to do
They'll
to
be
play in the
injecting
game.
heroin just before the game to be like, "All right, I don't feel anything. Let's play."
Yeah, yeah. I mean, because they want to play. I mean, they want to get out there and help their team, especially with all the expectations and what he's going through in his career. I know he hates like being on the sidelines and not being able to help out the team because he was playing so well. And with injuries, you never know if you're ever gonna get back to that level again.
Yeah.
Especially with significant injuries like a torn Achilles. So it's just
Oh,
like
horrible.
probably the worst injury you can get as an NFL player. So it's just like you don't know what's going on.
Because it's like not even a thing that you use that much. It's so hard to like get it back.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy because I mean, like I said, it usually takes even after you fully recovered, it usually takes you another year before you even get back to like your old self most times. And it's
Dude,
like
that must hurt so bad because it's like a pickaxe to the back of the ankle. you know,
you can't even describe it because it just looks weird. Like it just all of a sudden they like just grabbing like the back of the ankles is like
and they always say like it felt like somebody kicked me.
yeah, yeah. And this is like
It's
always
a
gone.
pop.
Like Is
a
this
big
is gone?
well, the problem is, and I think this is my hypothesis, I'm not medically trained, but it seems as though it's such a sturdy muscle in a relatively niche area. So to
Mhm.
pop that kind of disrupts the entire ecosystem. And it's hard to like go through the undulation of walking again afterwards, you know.
Yeah, yeah, and I feel like we've seen like an uptick in some of these like torn Achilles too. Like last year, we had in the NBA playoffs, we had like Tyrese Halliburton in the NBA
Yeah,
Finals, like
I
tearing his
remember.
Achilles, and Jason Tatum, like him
Hey,
tearing
shout
his
out to the
Achilles.
Hornets, by the way. Since
Yeah,
since we're talking NBA, shout out for beating the Oklahoma Thunder, Oklahoma City Thunder by 27 points a couple days ago.
yeah,
Pretty
definitely,
amazing.
definitely impressive.
And
Definitely, definitely.
Conkanibble, rookie of the year. He's my rookie of the year.
Yeah, he's playing like that way. He's playing that way for sure. He's definitely becoming one of the more better players in the league, and then as a rookie, playing like the best rookie right now.
I'll
But
say.
yeah, man, for sure, for sure. I mean, but as far as like the Colts go and like the direction they're going in, it's just like I think they announced that they're bringing back Shane Steichen and Chris Ballard back at GM and coach. So it's gonna be interesting to see what the plan is, for next year at least, because this year, I mean, we don't have a first round pick, so it's not you can't do nothing as far as quarterback wise. You
I
can't
know
get
how
a
that
quarterback.
feels. Imagine that happening, but also your first round pick is number one overall.
Yeah,
Not
yeah,
fun.
that's
You're
definitely not
welcome
a
for
fun feeling.
Caleb Williams, Browns Bears fans.
Yeah, for sure. But it's just like it's interesting. I will say the last game of the season against the Texans, it was a entertaining game. I thought Riley Leonard came out and played extremely well considering the circumstances. I mean, he had like some very impressive throws. I didn't know he could throw the ball like that, honestly. I was just like, I
He
mean, he
looked
had like a
great.
66-yard
He
touchdown
looked
on like
great.
on the first possession. I mean, he was throwing
People
some
were saying they should
bombs.
have started him over Philip Rivers.
I mean, maybe so. Maybe they could have won a couple of those games just because how limited Philip Rivers was with his physical abilities.
That's a nice way of saying it.
Yeah, yeah. So, I mean, but he definitely played well. I thought, considering the circumstances, I mean, like I said, he spread the ball around. I mean, like I said, some of the receivers, like Michael Pittman, dropped a couple, had a couple of drops. But other than that, then like a couple of turnovers that didn't go their way. But I'm not even worried about the offense because I feel like the offense will be fine. Well, regardless of who is at quarterback, as far as like it'll be decent. Like it won't. Well, it probably won't be great just because we don't have a starting like a franchise quarterback, but we'll be good enough because of the weapons we have with Jonathan Taylor and Alec Pierce and Michael Pittman,
Right.
and Josh Downs and Tyler Warren, like in the offensive line, being one of the better units in the league. So my concern really is defensively. Like I don't understand. Like we got to rehaul the defense. The defense is
I I
awful.
don't I don't understand either. I thought your guys' defense was going to be great this year, and they
I
were
mean,
initially.
they have their moments. They're
They had their
been but don't.
moments.
Yeah, they're been but don't break defense. Like they allow a lot of yards, and then they have to like they're one of those defenses that have to make plays like in like critical situations, critical downs. Like you need those impact plays. But if you don't get those plays, you gonna get scored. The other team's gonna score a lot of points if they don't make those plays.
Yeah.
So it's like because like we play a lot of zone coverage, a lot of off coverage, and then like our linebackers are not good in coverage. So the middle of the field is like open a lot. So teams take advantage of that. The pass rush isn't
Hey, I know
consistent.
the
Like,
feeling with our, I don't want to say lack of linebackers, but maybe lack of experience of linebacker.
yeah,
It can be very difficult to get that middle of the field.
yeah. I mean, it's tough. And then like the
I did
pass
like
rush,
shout out to Trevin Wallace. I know he's a stud. Shout out to Kristen Roseboom, also a stud. Like you guys are great. And Jenna says Andy has nice hair. Roseboom has that long flowy hair coming out of his helmet. uh, but yeah, honestly, I think our linebackers are good. but having kind of gaps in where you are in terms of athletically or in your career. If you're a rookie, you don't understand the assignments, like it can change the entire defense and open up the middle of the field, which is your point that you were making.
Yeah, definitely. And like I said, like middle of the field play action plays, all that killers all year long. I mean, like I said, it's bad. And then like injuries, we didn't have Sauce Gardner, we didn't have Tre'Davious Ward, so it
Oh
made
yeah,
it like our
the
defensive
reason you don't have a first round pick. You didn't
yeah,
know.
like even worse. Like I said, the pass rush wasn't consistent all year. Like Latu has been up and down. He has his moments, but it isn't like consistent. It isn't like it feels like they get back there, but they don't like finish a play. It's not like it's like they be so close. It's like always almost we could have got there. Like it's like, you know.
Wait, so Liatu Latu was not performing up to expectations? I haven't followed up with him. Like I didn't know.
Well, not I guess not up to the expectation people. I guess people had higher expectations just because his pass rushing talent, like his ability, his movement,
Well,
all the
what
movement.
he is more so is just somebody with a bag. Like he
Yeah,
just knows how to hit defenders, swim move. He wasn't the most physically imposing, the most athletic, and then he had that big injury as well.
yeah.
But so how is that working out? Is his bag kind of translating or no?
Like I said, it's up and down. It's inconsistent. Like sometimes it shows, like it feels like he gets close a lot, and then he just doesn't get back there and like finish the play. But it's just like overall, I guess maybe it's the scheme. I don't know, but when you play a lot of zone coverage, your pass rush has to be good because obviously you have people dropping back all the time, and you're not like playing like close, like tight coverage on the like receivers. So if the quarterback is like has a clean pocket, he's able to pick you apart, you know. So it's like we're not getting
Any
back there.
NFL quarterback. That's any NFL quarterback for
Yeah,
sure. That's why I'm
yeah, they're
glad
pick.
that Nick Gordon is starting to heat up over these last few weeks because we need him. Like our Evero's defense would be much better if we have a perennial like pass rusher. You know,
Definitely, definitely. So we definitely gotta, address that. I feel like we gotta get probably need like an interior pass rusher and then another edge rusher to go along with that, so we can, if we're gonna play that type of defense, to be able to get after the passer in a more effective way. And also, like I said, linebacker that can cover, obviously,
they're hard to
because
find.
that,
Wait, Sonny Styles is coming out of Ohio State too. Caleb Downs'
oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
teammate.
Yeah, yeah. So we'll see. I mean, I feel like this draft has a good amount of defensive players coming out that should be able to address at least some of those, needs, and then like maybe be able to fill some of those needs in free agency as well. So we'll see what happens with that. But like I said, definitely not a good way, not the way we wanted to end this season. Like such a high note, such joyful start to the season to now like it's
Yeah,
a horrible ending that you don't even really want to watch the games. You're kind of watching it, but at the same time, he's like,
it's like
oh man, what are
watching
we
a
doing?
car crash. Yeah,
Yeah, it's like how it's going to end. I guess you could say, and it's like so many close calls, and it's like a defense, man. Like I said,
frustrating. I can't even believe like it's like the opposite of what happened for the Panthers. like we got all the lucky breaks, and then you guys got the opposite. Like none of the lucky breaks.
now we
Like
got all the bad breaks,
exactly.
literally, like it
But
couldn't
it's
have
not
gone
like our
worse.
team is like substantially more talented than your guys's.
And
Like
even when Daniel Jones got injured, it's not like we had Anthony Richardson, like he was healthy enough to come in and just pick up where he left off or anything
I
like
think that
that.
was probably the most depressing part when I was perceiving it because I was like, dang, that would be such a great experience for Anthony Richardson to come in and be like, all right, earn your
Yeah,
stuff. Like you got a good
yeah,
team.
like
We're
and
winning.
now he couldn't even
See
he
what you
couldn't
can
even
do.
do it either.
That was lame. That was lame. The script writers should have fixed that. That would have been more entertaining with Anthony Richardson. Though the Philip Rivers timeline was entertaining too.
Yeah, yeah, definitely entertaining. Um, like I said, like overall. like I said, our offense, I thought was we have weapons. Jonathan Taylor, he led the league in touchdowns with 18. I mean, Alec Pierce, he continues to be get better and better each week. I mean, he became like probably our best receiver this year, definitely for sure. Um, led the NFL in with yards per target with 12.2. I think he said he was the only player to score six receiving touchdowns and average 20 plus yards per reception in consecutive seasons since James Lofton in 1984. So that's pretty that's crazy.
84. Dang.
And I think I
Tears
saw
for
this other
Fears
stat. You said what now?
time. I said that's Tears for Fears time. That's a band that was popular in the mid 80s.
Ah, got you. Also, he had 47 receptions for like over 1,000 yards. I think that's the least amount of like receptions to get over 1,000 yards in NFL history. So that's pretty good, I would say.
I would say.
So I mean, like I said, we got weapons. We need a franchise quarterback. I don't know when we're gonna address it or when we're gonna get one. Hopefully soon because it's not fun not having one. I was definitely
No,
say.
I can imagine. That's
And
why I'm
then
happy with Bryce. Like people are like, oh, Bryce doesn't have the strongest arm strength, or sometimes he'll throw on his tippy toes. I'm like, dude, do you see what we're working with? Like, Bryce is a game winner. He's a game changer. Like, he's somebody that you can win with. Like, all right, he has shortcomings, dude. Everyone does. So
yeah,
I do not want to move on from a quarterback that can win us games. It
you don't want to
doesn't
move
even make
on and
sense to me that like that's somebody's thought process, especially since we gave up so much for him.
exactly. You don't want to move on and be in a situation where you don't have a quarterback, good one. And then you're going through every single
Yeah.
quarterback. We don't know who's the sure thing coming out of college anyway, because
You
it's
don't
up
know
and
at
down.
all, dude. You don't know at all. Like all these people get paid so much to like determine who's good or what. They don't know anything. Look at their track record over time. Nobody knows anything. Like
It's all about situation and fit. You gotta have the right fit, the right system, the
situation,
right coach.
fit, the people that are around them, the city they're in, like the people they meet and surround themselves with. There's just no variables that you can like analyze enough to adequately determine if a quarterback's going to be good.
Absolutely, absolutely. They can come in and be as talented as they want to be, but if you go in the wrong system, the purgatory. I mean, like we've seen Jets quarterbacks and Browns quarterbacks. Like how many quarterbacks have gone through those teams and being downright awful, and they were talented as as they can be, but they were terrible because the Browns and Jets organizations just suck. Really, let's be
And
honest.
people like Jamarcus Russell, who like shout out to him. Sounds like he's doing well in life now, but like sucked because he was somebody that was touted as this top quarterback and just didn't have it in him to be a professional at that time. What that meant, to be a professional, and he'll admit that. I'm not saying it, disparagingly. You know,
Absolutely. So it's a lot of different variables that go into that. So when you find one, you gotta lock into that. When you find that one, dude, I mean, when you find that dude, you gotta lock into him and say, "Hey, we got to do this," and you got to do your due diligence as a coach and a scout and all that to make sure this is the right guy because you don't want to be a carousel of quarterbacks like the Colts have been through since Andrew Luck's retired. It's just been horrible experience as a fan. I'll tell you that for sure. Like it's just like a
yeah, that Andrew Luck retirement was like probably like the gut punch that Luke Kuechly's retirement was.
I mean, it just derailed everything, and it's like, whoa. Like we went from like having like one of the better quarterbacks in the league to just having like no quarterback. I mean, average quarterback. You like, man, this is awful. Like we
Who
don't
was their
ever want
next year quarterback? Like after
think
Andrew Luck retired,
after Luck retired. It might have been Jacoby Brissett. I think it was
Brissett.
Jacoby Brissett.
Okay, okay, he wasn't bad. I mean, he
Yeah.
wasn't a starter by any means, but he wasn't bad.
He was solid. He was solid. He was solid. But you knew he wasn't a franchise quarterback. That's what we
Yeah,
knew that we
he
figured
knew
that
that.
out.
He
Yeah.
knew that. He knew that himself.
Yeah, 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 for sure. For sure. But yeah, man. The Colts, I think. Well, they don't even have a first round pick. So they pick in the second round. Like I think it's like 14, 15, something like that. So we'll see what they do with those picks. Hopefully they can get some good players and come back next season, play have a better season. Without a quarterback, I don't know how they're gonna, how they're gonna fare as far as like playoff implications, but we'll see what happens. Um,
Yeah.
Kind of glad the season's over at this point. Enduring some of that turmoil at the end of the season, so get to just
Yeah.
watch the postseason as a fan. I mean, I would love my team to be in there and you be in the dance and be able to root for my team in that way. But rooting for the Panthers, so that's good. And then just enjoying some good football with a wide open, NFL playoffs with some of
Hey
the
man,
better
you're
players
kind
not
of
being
better
there
than
this year.
me because if the Panthers lose, which they're widely expected to, if they lost to the Rams, I don't know that. I know it'll be like the next day, so it won't be as sore. But I don't know that I'll watch football like afterward for that week until the next one at least.
Yeah, yeah, definitely for sure. Man, speaking of like playoffs, I mean, obviously the playoffs are set. I mean, we got all these great matchups coming up this weekend. But first and foremost, we gotta talk about this MVP conversation.
Okay,
Matthew Stafford, Drake May, who's it gonna be? I mean, we've seen all the stats, we've seen, you know, different
I know,
storylines.
but I'll give my take as well.
I mean, we've seen it all. I mean, we've seen like every take. I think obviously at this point, I think it's gonna be Stafford at this point. I mean,
It's going to be Matthew Stafford. Yeah.
it just is. I mean, love Drake May. Obviously, he went to UNC, so I'm big, huge. Been
Drake
watching
May.
this from Charlotte, so huge fan of him.
I mean,
But
I love Drake May too, and that was my take. Where it's like, oh, you pulled up a thing that kind of was proving the point I was going to make. Like Drake May actually kind of was more impressive as a quarterback. I think relative to the talent around him and the situation. So I mean, they gave it to Patrick Mahomes, but I think they still like had some reservations about giving it to a very frankly young quarterback that doesn't have like the surrounding name recognition or whatever.
yeah,
Like, so that's
yeah,
what it seems to me because I'm looking at this graphic and I that's the point I was making. Like they're going to give it to Stafford, but Drake May has a very strong case.
very strong case. As guys can see, he leads. I mean, he has better completion percentage. I mean, total yards, that's rushing and passing yards, touchdowns. Stafford has him in that. First downs, he has, interceptions are the same, yards per attempt. Drake May is better at that. Quarterback rating, passer rating, EPA per drop back, completion percentage over expectation, success,
And I'm somebody
success
that
rate
I am not even like hugely driven by statistics.
by
Like
stats. Yeah,
I'm willing to have a conversation. Like if somebody is saying like this is the greatest of all time, I'm not just going to be like purely like all right, what's their 3-point percentage, you know? Like
yeah,
I I'm willing to have a conversation about the context and everything of their careers and in this case the season. In the context of the season, it seemed to me that Drake May might have meant more to his team
right.
than Matthew Stafford meant to his, which I think is, if we're going to call it the most valuable player in terms of, the intrinsic sense of value, like most valuable player, I think that would be the person that means the most to their team. So,
Yeah.
there's a lot of politics involved and there's a lot of like, it's name recognition and who even votes for these things. Who are these people? It's like who votes for the Grammys, the foreign Hollywood press. Like, who are these people? Who the fudge designated you to say what the best thing is, the best music is, the best player is? But that's what it is. So we have to kind of analyze it from that perspective.
Yeah, for sure. And it's like, you know, different people have different definitions of MVP, and
Exactly, and
sometimes it
it's you have to show like the exact what is what is it that you want us to discern, And I'm
Because if it's like on a, like a even playing field and we're all going like the same, merit, the same, we all the same criteria, if it's all the same, like if we're all going by this, we will understand it much better. But everybody's criteria is different, it might be like opponent, like strength for schedule, who looked more impressive in certain games and prime time games and all this type of stuff. Um,
yeah.
Drake may have like a worse offensive line, didn't have the weapons that Stafford has. Stafford has a great offensive line, I mean, the receiver, the receptions leader and the
Well,
touchdown leader,
that's where it needs to be, like some kind of uniform thing where they say this is the criteria that we're working
yep.
with. This is what I want you to use to determine or discern like what like you're gonna do with your vote.
Because
I
if
don't
we're like you said, because if you're talking about who means more to their team and what they to do, like you
it's
take Drake May.
Drake May.
I mean, yeah. I mean, because Drake May, I mean, think about what he did. He's responsible for so many different things. I mean, everything goes through him. I mean, without him, they wouldn't be good at all. You take him off the team, they're a doggone lottery team, worst team in the league. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, because it's like he's responsible for the most first downs in the league. I mean, he's top completion percentage, all that type of stuff. I mean, leads the league in like yards per attempt. I mean, rushes, can run the ball, can throw the ball, make every throw. Um, Offensive line isn't great. You don't know who his weapons are. I mean, other than Stephon Diggs, who's older now. He's not like he's in his prime. Like he's like have an elite receiver or anything like that. So
Dog,
it's
he's
like,
been in the league since we were in college. Like
yeah,
early.
literally, literally, and it's like he doesn't have any Pro Bowl teammates on his team, like on the offense. Like he doesn't have any Pro Bowl teammates. Not on the offensive line, not running backs, not tight ends, not receivers. I mean, Matthew Stafford has Devontae Adams and Puka Nakua. Those are like those are two top five receivers if we're being honest, like arguably. I mean, if we're being honest, and then
Production wise, at least.
yeah, absolutely.
There's not
So it's
really a
like
like, dispute, you know.
yeah, and not taking away from anything from Matthew Stafford because he hasn't played an incredible season. I mean, his team is like the Rams have the best offense in the league scoring wise, and most yards and all that, and he's been great. It's just like, but I mean, you
Yeah,
can't go with
he got that epidural. Like that was great. He just like stabbed it in his back and made him
that
play.
what's it called, the I forget what
Tramadol,
it's called, the chamber he
oh,
was put in
the chamber.
before the season. I forget what it's called. Something it started with an A, but he was in some type of chamber before the season. They were saying they didn't think he was going to play, and he came back out. Came out
Came back.
a new man,
He sucked
a
the.
rejuvenated man.
Yeah, exactly. He just like slathered himself. Whatever rich people do.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, but both had incredible seasons. I mean, it's just it's all about what your criteria is, how you see it, and we don't know what the what the media or the voters what they see, but obviously we think they're gonna lean Matthew Stafford just because the storylines, Matthew
I
Stafford
I
has
think I think it's certain just because of the markets, like the betting markets and whatnot, and how tied. Oh my gosh, long story about like sports gambling and whatnot, but it's kind of created a lot of different issues in different ways. But also, it's also you can predict things based off because you see where capital is. So where capital is likely where they're going to get their way. And it seems as though Matthew Stafford, long story short, is going to be the MVP for that reason.
yeah, yeah. I mean, he's been through a lot. I mean, he's had an incredible season. But yeah, man, definitely. I mean, every stat you can think about, these two pretty much lead it in, and it's just like it's been a very close race. I think both players would get a lot of votes from both sides. But Matthew Stafford, I think, will come up on top just because. I mean, he's been in the league so long, and they'll probably say, Drake May has a long career. He can get one later, But
Yeah.
this is probably Matthew Stafford's last best chance
Messed
to
up
get
when
it.
they do that to people. They didn't do
Yeah,
that to Patrick Mahomes.
yeah, they didn't. He didn't. So we'll see what happens. But definitely amazing seasons from both players. I mean, both of them played extremely well. And maybe you never know. Maybe they meet in the Super Bowl and we really figure out who's the real MVP.
That would be hilarious if they could do that. Just be
Yeah.
like, all right, this is for this Lombardi Trophy and the MVP.
Incredible. With the person that wins it loses in the Super Bowl, and everybody's like, see,
See, I
this is
knew
what
it
we're
the whole
talking about.
time. They were a fraud. Your worst friend says that to you. They were a fraud the whole time. They sucked, honestly. They weren't even good in the first place.
Definitely, yeah, for sure. But yeah, man, MVP definitely was definitely a prominent conversation. Another thing that happened, Miles Garrett broke the sack record, over the weekend, with the 23rd sack, in the
Right.
fourth quarter against Cincinnati. I mean, broke T.J. Watts and Michael Strahan's record, so that was great. Unfortunately, Miles Garrett's on a losing team, so it's like hard. I guess it's like, it isn't like I guess the greatest thing in the world, but it's a great accomplishment for him, and he's in the record books, so that's definitely cool to see. One of the best, I mean, Hall of Famer already, one of the best passers we ever seen. I mean, he's dominant.
Oh, he's certainly a Hall of Famer. Like he's already a Hall of Famer.
I mean, that dude is dominant. I mean, when he wrecks games, I mean,
Dominant. That's what he is. Like truly like dominant. That the fact of the matter, and that's why what like the Hall of Fame should be just a player that is just so dominating in his play that he consistently just overwhelms his opponents.
I mean,
Whether
this
it
dude,
be through the air, through the run, through pass rush,
absolutely. I mean, dude, he's you got to double team, you got a game plan for this man, or he's gonna wreck your game plan.
That was
I
Ike
mean,
Kwani's first game.
man, I know, like that would have to be insane for him. I mean, just seeing that man in call, because the dude is a physical specimen as well. As far as like this dude, you just look at him, he's like, oh man, this dude right here, like he just looks like a freak athlete, and he just goes out there and this goes out there and this plays even better than you even think.
Yeah,
He's out there
he's a
just
freak.
wrecking stuff.
And he's like good too. Like he's a freak that like knows how to use leverage and like knows how to make you miss and studies. Like it's like, dang it. Usually it's the big dumb jock or like the smart, small, scrappy person. Yeah, usually
Yeah,
you don't have them both together in their best attribute.
exactly, definitely. And I mean, unfortunately, he's on a bad team, so we won't see him in like any playoff moments probably for the foreseeable future unless he's somehow traded. But
Yeah, we'll see.
we'll see what happens with that. But definitely a great accomplishment for him, and he's the new sack king, so that's great.
Sack King.
um, yes sir, yes sir. But we had some, I mean, some games other than the Panthers. The Panthers Bucks, obviously, that was for the division, title. I mean, the Falcons helped out with that one. But we had another game, Steelers Ravens. That game on Sunday night, that was a great game, man. I mean,
Sending my condolences to Tyler Loop.
man, that was crazy. That fourth quarter was like this. It was cinema. It's probably it felt like a movie really because it's just like you're just watching both teams go back and forth. I mean, you have the old quarterback coming, looking like vintage Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is making all the great throws, and Lamar comes out and makes even better, plays, and you're just like, oh man. I'm upset that we didn't go into overtime. The game didn't go over overtime because Buddy missed
Dude,
the,
that
you
game
know,
was incredible. I mean, that
it
last
was
2 minutes, like you said, like was insane. The
insane.
Calvin Austin touchdown, the multiple Zay Flowers, even in the middle of the game, even
Oh my
outside,
god,
like
just him
in
being
the
that wide
same
open.
exact play. Like,
Exactly. I love that play when they faked it like the Derrick Henry, to the right, like all defenders came down and this it's like, oh, fake it, and they threw it. Exactly. Zay Flowers is wide open. I was just like, oh man. I probably
yeah,
watched that play like probably 10, 15 times and seen like how
it was
designed the
crazy.
play.
It
I was
was
just like,
crazy.
oh, let's go. Because like I said, Lamar, he's probably he's probably my favorite player in the league to watch when he's right. So
Yeah,
I
it's
was
fun. He's fun to
I'm
watch.
I'm rooting for him. I'm rooting for the Ravens to get in. I mean, I love it. Aaron Rodgers is great too, but I was rooting for the Ravens at that point. I'm like, oh man, they might get in. They might do this, and on that 4th and 7 when he made that play to Isaiah Likely, which was an insane catch. I mean,
Crazy catch.
he just came over everybody and just like caught. I was just like,
I didn't
oh,
even think he was gonna get it in
I
midair.
didn't,
Like
I didn't either. I was like, dog, I was like, dang, this is how the game is going to end because it went to like 4th and 7. I was like, oh man, they're not even in field goal range right now. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, looking and you're
that
watching,
game
he makes
was
that insane play. I'm like,
that
oh,
game
bro,
was incredible. There's so many iconic plays.
crazy plays. And then when Boswell missed the field goal, missed the PAT afterwards, you was like, oh man, the Ravens can really win this
Boswell.
game.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what would have made it a win if Tyler Loop made it rather than a tie. Wow.
Exactly.
Crazy.
Exactly. And I think they said like he had made like 90 straight like field like PATs like before
Something
that, like Chris
crazy. I heard
Boswell.
that too. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
I think it
crazy.
was four.
And then
It was 90.
I think it was 90 straight or something like that. And then like Tyler Loop, he had it missed like a field goal this year, like under 51 yards. So and he missed his. So
Wait, that was his first miss under 51 yards?
yep.
I did not know that. Wow, they thought it was automatic. Oh, oh my gosh, dude! It reminds me of a Instagram reel or something I saw where it was like a Ravens fan like recording themselves like behind the TV and
Hmm.
they're like ready to like, oh, we're gonna win, and then he heard it's missed, and you just see his face drop, and like he's like messing with his phone, like looking back because they thought it was automatic. They thought it was gonna be.
Yeah. Yeah, that was crazy. That was just like you could tell it was like windy because the way Boswell missed it, it was just like it looked like the trajectory of the kick was going like in the middle, and the wind is
And
like
it
blew it to
just
the right.
blew.
Yeah, and the
So, do
same
you
thing
think
kind of
the
happened.
wind blew right when the field goal was going? Like it wasn't there, and then it started.
It's possible. I'm not really exactly sure, but I know. But I saw the football like you could tell like it was going up, and then it like like it was you could tell. So when Luke did that, I was just like, I thought he was going to like hook it more to the left because of the way Boswell's field goal was because he kind of like kicked it like down the middle and then like went that way. So I thought Luke was going to come and kick it like more like hook
You
his
went
more.
more to the right. It was wide right, right?
Yeah, like yeah, like his was like kind of like straight like this way, like right, straight
Yeah,
to the right. So yeah, kind of like it was trying to go. He was trying to like aim like for the inside, like the right side of the field goal.
yeah.
The upright. Yeah. So I was just like,
I
oh
wonder
man.
if he was trying to like feel the wind and thought like, oh, the opposite of this direction. Yeah,
Yeah.
like
There's a lot
but
that goes into it. There's a lot that goes
yeah,
into it for sure. Yeah. So it's definitely frustrating, and it's like, bro, it's like, oh man, you definitely don't want. I feel bad for him in that moment because the game on the line, the playoffs on the line, and it's
I
just
mean, the career's on the line. Dude, ask his head coach.
yeah, definitely. Yep. That was an insane game. But yeah, Aaron Rodgers, man, he came out. He played way better than I thought he would have played. Without DK Metcalf, I didn't really give them that much of a shot of winning that game with him be able to score that many points. And he came through. He made some incredible throws. Adam Thielen. Speaking of Adam Thielen, we talked said
Hey,
his name
right?
earlier. He
That was
made an
awesome.
incredible catch. Yeah, and then like using Pat Fryermuth and Calvin Austin and like the way he was using his running backs. I mean, this is a great game from Aaron Rodgers, and to be able to, go
I
out on
think
a
he
high
showed
note.
he still has it
Yeah.
because after those Jets years, there was a lot of stink on him.
Yeah. This definitely was a redemptive type of moment for him. So, going into the playoffs, because I guess, I wouldn't say his legacy took a hit, but it was definitely like not the way he wanted to like to end his career, the way it ended with the Jets, that 10 years. So for him to be able to come back and win with the Steelers is great. Mike Tomlin, I think making the playoffs,
Again,
his again, in an insane way when you didn't think they were gonna make it. even though they probably should have made it like the last couple weeks because they had a chance to like put the division, win the division, like just kind of similar to the Panthers who had to win, had a chance to win the division with a
Dude,
win, but
either of the Saints games.
right, right. Like so, it's like okay, but now they they won it, and now they got a chance. I mean, we'll see what happens. Like, do you think the Steelers can make a run in the playoffs? Like, I know there's a lot of different teams, but how much of a shot do you give the Steelers? You think?
I think the Steelers are always going to be a hard coached football team, kind of hard nosed, like physical. Like, I know these are like brand names, TM to the Steelers, but I think that actually under this current, like with Mike Tomlin, the way he coaches. So I think they always have a shot because it's going to be grueling and physical in the playoffs. It always is. Like, this is like, you know, where the money's made. So
Yeah,
I think it's going to be not fun to play them regardless. I don't think it's going to be an enjoyable experience, even if you do beat them and have the capacity to beat them. So I think they can run to a, or make a run if they're facing weak-willed teams and teams that just don't really have the fight in them in that way, in
mhm,
that physical manner.
yeah,
Um, which is why the playoffs are really like where physical teams succeed.
absolutely. I think when it comes to the Steelers, it just like comes down to like how consistent they can be because they've been so inconsistent this season. I mean, you never know which offense is going to show up. Like, like is Aaron Rodgers going to play like he did, like against the Ravens, or he's going to play like he did against the Browns, which was like god awful. So it's like you never know. And then the weapons are hit or miss. I mean, they don't have the greatest weapons because in the playoffs, obviously, you're facing the best defenses in the league, and if you don't
Uh,
have like elite playmakers, you're going to struggle because it's like they're gonna take away whatever you want to do best.
is
Like
Calvin Austin their number two?
I think he might be. I mean, unless you consider him like to be like Pratt fire mover, I
Oh, I
guess
meant like receiving wise.
receiver. Yeah, receiver. Yeah, yeah. He's definitely their number two. I
Okay.
mean, you got Roman Wilson, you got Adam Thielen. I
Oh
mean,
yeah, I forgot about Roman Wilson from Michigan. Wow, a lot of
I
people
don't
like
even
it.
know if he played it game. He might have, but I didn't see him out there.
He did not do much his rookie year, so it doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, so
Out of
it's
Michigan,
interesting.
I expected things out of him.
Yeah. I don't think they got the best draw. I mean, they're playing Houston Texans in the first round, who has an elite defense. I mean, their defense is great. I mean, they play such a physical style, and they got dudes at every level. I mean, elite dudes at every level. So it's gonna be tough.
Yeah.
And one thing that the Houston Texans don't let you do that the Steelers like to do, the Steelers they like to do that dink and dunk, like that short passes, because their offense is predicated on yards after the catch. Because DK Metcalf,
The
right guy
yak.
had to the catch, and then they like to throw to their running backs and let them get yards at the catch. The Texans they don't allow they're probably the best team at limiting yards at the catch. So that's something that the Steelers are gonna have to adjust to. They're gonna have to try to throw the ball downfield. That's probably their best bet, like taking shots downfield, being aggressive, throwing it downfield. Because otherwise, it's like you ain't getting much. I mean, they're Texans are sure tacklers. I mean, they got dudes everywhere. They got fast dudes. I mean, their DBs come down and tackle. I mean, they got elite pass rushers with Will Anderson and Daniil Hunter. I mean, those dudes probably the best
Man, Daniil Hunter's
duo
still
in the
doing
league.
it too.
I mean, those dudes are incredible. So you never know what's going to happen with that. So it's like, and then I mean, Derek Stingley and Kamari Lassiter and
It's
all
wild.
the
Derek
dudes,
Stingley is he was kind of
Jalen
like
Petrie. Yeah,
Derek Stingley was kind of like the other cornerback for like that rookie year, just because of his injury and whatnot. And now he's still in the same team, and Sauce was traded, and and he's considered one of the top cornerbacks. Derek Stingley is. It's crazy how
yeah,
things change.
crazy. But yeah, that's a tough matchup for the Steelers. I don't know. I mean, their best bet probably is like if they can like get some turnovers, like get some extra possessions. I mean, that maybe that helps short fields. Um, the Texas offense hasn't been great this year, so maybe they can take advantage of that. I mean, we've seen glimpses with C.J. Stroud. I mean, what he can do. Obviously, he has a talent, but the offensive line isn't that great. I mean, they got some decent weapons, but their run game is pretty hasn't been great this year either. So we'll see what happens with that. But definitely an intriguing matchup. Um, Probably would lean towards the Texans in that matchup just because of their defense. But I mean, it should be a good. Probably could go either way. And if Aaron Rodgers comes out play some of that football he played against the Ravens, so that's definitely a great matchup. The next team I would probably say um the Seattle Seahawks. I mean, obviously they won on. I forget what day they played. I think they played Saturday or something like that. I think they played Saturday as well. They beat the 49ers to win, the division and get the number one seed in the NFC. So, I mean, that's good on their part. I mean, their defense played extremely well. I mean, stifling and suffocating that 49ers high powered offense. I mean, that's an incredible thing to do. I mean, they look out of sorts, the 49ers. I mean, I think they came in that game like over the last, like, I think it was 6 or 7 games. The 49ers have been averaging like 35 points a game or something crazy
Yeah.
like that. And the Seahawks held them to 3 points. So that's significantly better, So it was like they gonna be a team to be reckoned with. Sam Darnold had another great season. I mean, he's that what there's two seasons he had where he's been one of the better quarterbacks in the league. So obviously at this point we're gonna see if this is the year that he steps up and plays his way in the playoffs. We all
I mean,
know,
he played in crunch time really well
yeah, absolutely. We know that
so
he
far.
has he has his playoff scars where he doesn't play as well. I mean, really, it's the turnovers. I mean, if he can limit his turnovers, they have a chance to beat anybody. I mean, with home field advantage, with the 12th man they call it in Seattle, so they have a great chance. The defense is excellent. They got dudes at every level as well. So probably them, the Texans, the Broncos, and Texas probably got the three best defenses in the playoffs. So we should probably expect some good things from them. I mean, they got to buy, so we'll see what happens with that. I think, funny enough, let me see, let me pull out the bracket real quick.
Oh,
Funny enough, if the Panthers win, they would play the Seahawks and then
yep, I know.
next round.
I knew.
So
Well, theoretically, we would play the Seahawks. I believe
I think if the Packers win, they would play the Seahawks, right?
it would be the lowest seed. So it
Yeah.
might be
So
even the 49ers. What's the
oh yeah, the
49ers?
49ers win. Yeah, they play the Eagles. Yeah,
No,
yeah, because
what's
I
the
think the
seed
six seed.
number?
The 49ers are the 6 seed. I think. Yeah, I believe.
Six.
Yeah.
So, and we're four. So yeah.
Yeah, if a lower seed wins, they play them too. Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
And
Nice.
then the other team would play whoever wins.
Yeah. Right. Right. Yeah. But I'm looking at these matchups, man. Very intriguing matchups. Got the Eagles 49ers. I mean, that sounds like a good one. We know the Eagles, they they've been up and down all season long. We don't know which team is going to show up. I mean, obviously they have the talent to, go back and make another Super Bowl run, but which team will show up? Which mainly the offense. I think the defenses came along over the course of the season, pretty much, held up their end of the bargain. It's been the
Right.
offense that's been struggling all season long. I mean, Saquon has had like underperformed this year. Obviously, probably
I mean,
because
the
of
way
the,
the Eagles are must be very frustrating because they could be such a talented team, but they could be when they're not at their best, they're so conservative almost on offense.
yeah,
Like they don't really do much,
yeah.
which is surprising for a team that's so talented and so good at their best.
Yeah, we question it because we're like, bro, like this is one of the all this talent they have on their team, and they're out here struggling to score points and be productive on the field, offensively. That's why we've been saying this all season, looking at the Kevin Patullo, the offensive coordinator, like, what are you doing? Like, what did you do? You sucked the life out of this offense. You know what I'm saying? Kind of thing. After we see, AJ Brown and Devontae Smith, Saquon and Dallas Goddard, Jahan Dotson, all the talent they have offensively, and you're struggling out here. Jalen Hurts, one of the better quarterbacks. So it's like, you know, you
There's
don't know what they,
so many. It's just so indicative of like the fact that there's so many variables that goes into this. Like it's like not just when you're an offensive coordinator, it's not like, oh, you have a good quarterback, so it's going to be good. Like there's so many variables, the scheme that you're doing, the talent that you're utilizing, where their strengths are, where they are even in their careers, like if they're even able to understand what you want them to accomplish, like how well they work with each other, even from like a social aspect. Like it's just so many variables that go into it. It's just difficult to achieve a perfect offense. So when it is achieved, I give it to people.
Absolutely. I mean, think about this. The Eagles' offense is like their rankings. They're like 19th and 20 in their 20s, and most of their like offensive categories, like
Wow, I didn't.
yards and yards per play and points per game, like all that, like in the 20s. Like it's
Wow.
kind of crazy to think about. And then like they led the league in like 3 and outs this season, which is crazy.
Wow. Led the league number one.
Well, okay, so this is in the NFC. They led it in the NFC. So that I mean,
Still
that's still pretty significant. Yeah, yeah, definitely. So
crazy.
yeah, I mean, so their offense definitely has struggled. So we'll see if they can, you know, tap into some of that offensive magic they had last year. And can the defense,
They
just
need their
lead
running
them
game
to
to go
victory.
off. I think for the Eagles, like for anything to happen, they need their running game to start.
Yeah. And I think that they have a good matchup just because, I mean, the 49ers can put up points. We know that, but their defense isn't where we know what it
A
is
lot of
because of all the
injuries.
injuries. Yeah. Fred Warner and, Nick Bosa being injured. So it's just like they don't have the horses that they usually have defensively. So they going to try to turn it into a shootout, the 49ers. Obviously, I mean, they got Christian McCaffrey. I mean, he's probably going to have one of those days where he's going to be they're gonna give him the ball a lot, and they're gonna try to milk the clock and keep the possessions low for Philly. Um, like I said, like I said, I think the 49ers, they did have the fewest sacks in the league, so they don't get a lot of pressure on the quarterback. So it's gonna be like if Jalen Hurts has time, I mean, he's gonna be able to pick the defense apart at that point. If AJ Brown and them are able to get one-on-one matchups and all that type different things like that. So
Okay.
that's an intriguing matchup. Green Bay Packers and Bears. I think that's a good matchup as well. I'm looking at the Bears. I mean, they are, I would say, an interesting team in the fact that I don't think their defense is good. Let's just be honest. They allow a lot of explosive plays. I mean, they rely on takeaways and turnovers to, you know, help their defense out. But the offense has been playing well and been playing better. I think they said what the Caleb Williams has to like had the most yards for a quarterback in Bears franchise history, which is surprising
Yeah.
because the Bears they have sorry quarterbacks over the course of their
Well, I was
season.
gonna say it's still not 4,000 yards. It
Yeah, I think it was like 3,900 or something like that. He had.
was just they were so like cheering him on for like 4,000 yards, Caleb.
He was so close. He was so close, right? And yeah, but I think he's played better over the last few games. I think he's getting more confidence. I think I saw this one stat where they had like the one of the teams with the most drops in the league, the receivers. So that's something they got to address as well. If they want to advance in the playoffs. Their running game has been pretty good. Like Kyle Monungai and DeAndre Swift has been pretty good.
Okay.
They've been pretty good throughout the season. So they lean on that pretty often. One thing about Caleb Williams is they gotta limit their turnovers because otherwise you giving them your other team extra possessions. Especially the Packers, like they have explosive offense, and the Packers, I'm pretty sure, gonna rely on their offense because their defense has been downright awful since Michael Parsons went down, to say the least. The Packers. I mean, I don't think they've won a game since Michael Parsons went down. So I mean, it's been.
They don't have
I
a first
mean,
rounder this year either.
yeah, that's tough. That's tough. So they gonna need Jordan Love to come out and put up points because otherwise they're not winning this game. They gonna need this game to be a shootout because, like I said, their defense, isn't good. Hasn't been good since Michael Parsons went out. They don't, get after the quarterback. I think their secondary is still pretty decent, but it's hard to be on an island when you don't get no pass rush. So it's like, how that goes.
Yeah.
But I think
I mean,
Jordan
it's
Love
like
is coming back
4 or
from
5 seconds you get.
yeah. I think Jordan Love is coming back from a concussion too, so we don't know how he's gonna play after being out with a concussion. So we'll see how that goes as well. That's another factor in the game. But I think it should be a good game. I think both of those games in the regular season, they played 2 games, came down to like the very last play. I think it was like an interception, like on both plays or something like that, that ended the games. So
They were
I know for
close.
sure that I know Caleb Williams threw one of those interceptions to lose one of those games. So um, it should be a good matchup, good game as well. We'll see what happens with that. In the AFC, we got the Bills Jaguars, which I think it might be the most intriguing game of the weekend, just because I think this is going to be like a true shootout between the Bills and Jaguars. I mean, both
Yeah.
offenses is very
Gonna be
explosive.
fun to see. I think honestly the Jaguars are the insurgent team, but the Bills are kind of the established powerhouses.
Yeah, definitely, definitely, because I think the Jaguars are like coming in like on an 8 game winning streak, like into the playoffs.
Woo! Wow.
So that's they're hot. Their offense is clicking. I mean, they averaging like 30 some points over the last few games. Trevor Lawrence just had like what 15 touchdowns and 1 interception over the last 4 or 5 games or something like that. So he's high. He's playing his best football, playing like the guy we thought he would be after coming out of Clemson.
Yeah.
So I mean, they're gonna be a tough out. I mean, obviously we have big high expectations for the Buffalo Bills just because you know, all the his counterparts, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes are not in the playoffs. His arch enemies, you would say. So he expect. I mean, this is the year. This is the year. You got to win it this year, or we'll be looking at you like kind of sideways.
These AFC games are like all difficult to predict. Texans, Steelers, even like Chargers, Patriots. I mean, these are all like especially Bills, Jaguars. I feel as though
It can
these
go either way.
teams are all kind of offensive powerhouses. They have at least some offensive prowess to them. Maybe less so the Steelers, but for almost every other team. But this could be shootouts every direction, you know.
Definitely, definitely, and you never know, who can win these games. Both, I'm not saying the Patriots, Chargers. That's a good game too. You don't know who's gonna win that game. I mean,
Exactly.
because both of those teams are like I would just say, man, these are some good games. I'm just thinking about the matchups now. And think about the quarterbacks in this game: Drake May and Justin Herbert. I mean, think about it. We compare these two to each other all the time, saying like they're similar to each other. I think that was one of Drake May's comps coming out of college. Justin Herbert. So that should be pretty cool to see. Them both on the field. You know, like I said, Trevor Lawrence and Josh Allen, both of those quarterbacks, are great. I mean, CJ Stroud, Aaron Rodgers. I mean, the playoffs is going to be interesting, man. We don't know who is going to come out, on top of these playoffs. I mean,
Right.
it's really, it's
You
really,
remember a few weeks ago when we were talking about like we don't want to see the same old, like the Chiefs playing insert NFC powerhouse here.
yeah,
We're getting that.
absolutely. I mean, it's wide open. I mean, you can make a case for almost every team to make the Super Bowl. I mean, it's like
Hey,
crazy.
it
So,
made me smile too just to see the Panthers even up on that graphic. Just to be part of the dance.
like we in it, like we have a chance, like
Yep.
we're being talked about,
We're being talked.
by
I love it.
you know, even though many people are giving you, I mean, the Panthers a chance, but we in it, we know, and we got a chance. So you just see what happens with that. But who would you say, NFC or AFC, has the best shot? I mean, best shot to win a Super Bowl. Like, let's put it like this: who do you trust the most or believe in the most from some of these teams? Who would you say?
I would say first, NFC the Seahawks probably, just because there's such a strong defense, kind of smash mouth football, and their offense can put up points.
Hmm.
It's like usually it's one or the other. So I think Yeah, I think the Seahawks. And you know what? I'm proud of the way the Panthers played the Seahawks. To be honest, like
Absolutely.
for the
Because they what
first
they held them to 18 points or something like that.
yeah, yeah, we held them to, well, for the majority of the time, it was a 7 point game. We were like very close. And then it was a turnover and it just things went out of hand.
Yeah.
But I I think the Seahawks in the NFC and the AFC, um it's difficult. Honestly, if I want to give something insurgent wise, I give it to two teams, the Jaguars and the Patriots, in terms of just that can produce offensively and then hold
Yep.
their own at least on defense.
Hmm.
And the Texans are on a streak themselves. So
I think they
they
had the
might,
longest like consecutive wins going to the playoffs. I think 9 wins or something like that.
yeah, something crazy like that. Yeah. So AFC is much more like difficult, I would say.
Definitely, definitely. I definitely like the Seahawks. I mean, like I said, if Sam Darnold can like not turn over the ball, I think they have a very good shot of making the Super Bowl because I mean they got home field advantage. They have all the tools. I mean, their running game has started to come along. I mean, the way they've been running the ball with Zach Charbonnet and Kenneth Walker over the last few weeks has been
Oh
great.
my gosh. Kenneth Walker just has such a freaking like motor in his lower half, dude. He'll just like run straight. I'm like, he reminds me so much of like Jonathan Stewart, dude. Like,
Oh
just
yeah,
and
yeah,
Marshawn Lynch, like he just has just the motor in his lower hemisphere. Like,
definitely. I mean, like I said, and then you got JSN. I mean, Jackson Smith and Jigba. I mean, you know what he possesses. I mean, led the league in
I
receiving
knew he
yards
was
this
a
year.
stud. I knew he was a stud coming out of Ohio State. I knew that was the exact type of player you wanted in your team, and he was.
I mean, dude's been incredible all season long, and I think, like I said, like Sam
Mika,
Darnold,
Mika
like
too.
oh yeah, for sure. But I think when it comes down to like these matchups, I mean, when you in the playoffs, like you need like the best players to show up. You got to have game changers, like players on the outside that can get open at any time. And Jackson Smith and Jigga is one of those players, so that helps the Seahawks. That's in their favor, and that even having Cooper Cup, somebody like savvy veteran like that can get open like at any time.
You
Like
know who exactly, and that's why I'm so glad we got you know who. You know,
Jalen Cook.
spec on
Yeah,
that team.
yeah. I definitely would say it's between like the Seahawks, the Eagles, and I would say um who else? Who's the other team? Oh, the Rams. Those probably the three teams I could see making the Super Bowl from the NFC. Like I said, the Rams, they put up a lot of points and their defense is pretty good as well. Having Puka and Devontae is great. I mean, like I said, having playmakers like that, they can get open at any time. And then you got Stafford who's clutch and has been there, done that, Super Bowl champion already. Their running game is good, and then their defense, they got playmakers on that side. I mean, you got Byron Murphy and Jared Verse, so you got guys that can close for you. I mean, so you know that's the type of players you need in like these type of situations.
Certainly,
Um, in the AFC, I would probably say three teams I like to look at. The Buffalo Bills, the Patriots, and the Jaguars. I think those teams right there to me are like teams that have the best path to win the Super Bowl just because, like you said earlier, like the offense, explosive offense, and then the defense. I mean, the Bills, their defense isn't really that good. So it really would be on the show. It really be on the shoulders of Josh Allen, and then like the Bills like becoming like forcing a lot of turnovers, like making big plays. Like we've seen like times this year where Joey Bosa like has came up big, like in these big moments to like close games. So if Joey Bosa can do that, like if a player like that can do that, who else they got? Like Ed Oliver, like one of those guys can make a play like
yeah. I
defensively
mean,
to
it's
close out
really
these
been
games.
Ed Oliver's defensive line for the last like what 4 or 5 years now.
Right. And if any, I mean, this is the year of any year if the Bills are gonna make the Super Bowl. I mean, it's been so long. I mean, they've been knocking at that door, been so close every year, losing to Pat Mahomes and Joe Burrow. I mean, Lamar battling Lamar every year. So this is the year. None of those dudes are in here. Your kryptonite is gone. So you guys got the best quarterback in these playoffs. You guys should have a great chance to win. But also
It's
not
gonna be fun to see all the different like teams that you would never think of go against themselves, like in the AFC. The Jaguars, the Chargers, the Patriots, the Bills, like seeing all these guys like Royal Rumble it out to see who wins. It's gonna be interesting.
absolutely. It's gonna be great. I mean, it should be entertaining. I mean, these guys can put up points. These guys can play well. The defenses are good. I mean, so it's gonna be great. But like I said, the Patriots and Jaguars, I got those are probably my I would say other teams I think they can do something, make the Super Bowl as well. Like I said, great quarterbacks. Coaches are great. Running games. I mean, I wouldn't say the Patriots. They got Stephon Diggs. I think who can make plays like in those critical situations. The Jaguars. I don't really think they had. I guess they wouldn't have had the necessary one or two receivers that can make plays. But I mean, we'll see what happens with that. I mean, they spread around a lot. So,
Yeah,
um, one team we didn't discuss was the Denver Broncos, is the number one seed. I honestly don't believe in that team, and it's mainly because of the offense. I'm just gonna go out and say it. Bo Nix, the offense has
game
not been
manager.
impressive. Yeah, he just their offense has not been impressive. I mean, they struggled to score. They didn't score a touchdown in their last game. Like, I mean, against the Chargers, and I don't think the Chargers were playing all their players. So
Yeah, their defense is just so good; it covers up a lot of holes in the
yeah, I
through.
mean the defense is elite, bro. I mean, like I said, lead the league in sacks. I mean,
Yeah,
they lead the league in a lot of the defensive categories. I mean,
right.
yards per play. I mean, passing yards. I mean, they're good against the run as well. So it's like, but offensively, Bo Nix. I mean, he. I'm not gonna say he doesn't have it, but he's just not. He's not consistent enough. I mean, they don't put up enough points. And with the teams that we just talked about, the Bills, the Jaguars, the Patriots, they're gonna put up points. So you got to put up points with them, or you're gonna lose. You know, I mean, as good as your defense may be, these dudes, Trevor Lawrence, Drake May, Josh Allen, these dudes are superhuman. I mean, these dudes. I mean, you might try to sack them. These dudes are running overviews. I mean, they breaking tackles. They being elusive.
Bo
They're
Nix just
you
doesn't have
know,
it.
yeah, they buying time. I mean, they're
Is
making
that what you're saying? Bo Nix
extraordinary
just doesn't have
plays.
it.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
they don't have the playmakers on the outside as well. I mean, who do they have like on the
Cortland
outside?
Sutton, right?
He's
Is
okay. Yeah,
he?
he's okay. Yeah.
Well, when you say the outside, I'm thinking like perimeter, like
Yeah,
contested
yeah,
catch.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. I mean, he's okay, but he's not like a dude that you gonna put fear into your opposing team. You think about him like, oh, Cortland
He's
Sutton's
kind
gonna
of
be
one
good.
dimensional a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's kind of like contested catches, or you're not getting the ball.
Yeah.
Their run game isn't very great. I mean, they have some interest. I mean, it's gonna be up to Sean Payton really to scheme up some things for the offense to play consistently well in the playoffs. I think so. We'll see what happens with that. I mean, but like I said, these matchups, man, it's a lot of good matchups. I think and then they have home field advantage. The Broncos, they have home field advantage throughout, so that helps them some too, as well.
Yeah.
But I trust the Patriots. I trust the Jaguars. I trust the Bills more than the Broncos at this moment. So we'll see if the Broncos can prove me wrong or not. But you'll see what happens. Um, but like I said, man, we've been talking about it. It's gonna be a great playoffs. Um, Very exciting matchups. We're gonna be tuned in. I mean, I think what they start Saturday, so we're gonna be Saturday, Sunday, Monday. We got
I
games.
know. I know. Saturday at 4:30.
Get
Carolina
us
Panthers.
started. Panthers getting
Let's
us
go.
started. Hopefully on a start us off right. Get us a good maybe an upset, and that would be good. That would shake up the playoffs right there. I mean,
Yeah.
that would be incredible. That would probably be like think about if the Panthers won, how big of a story that would be going into like that the next week.
See, I try not to think about it, but in retrospect, I will. If we do, I'll be like very excited to dissect it. But now I'm just like, hey, we're playing with house money. Everything's fun.
Definitely, definitely. Um, as ooh, okay, we can do this real quick before we get to the one thing we're looking forward to. Um, what would be your favorite Super Bowl matchup you think coming out of this playoffs?
All right. I'm just gonna take the Panthers out of it because otherwise
Yeah,
that would be a
yeah,
tie.
yeah.
Um,
If you want me to put the bracket back up, I can to help
no, I
out.
I I know them. I'm just thinking about it. Um, oh, there's so many different options that would be fun. I feel like the Josh Allen Bills thing would be boring because it's so overdone over the last like 4 or 5 years. But he still hasn't got one, so I feel bad for him.
Yeah, yeah,
But like, all right, pure fun. Justin Herbert with the Chargers has to be one, and Jim
yeah,
Harbaugh.
yeah.
And then in the NFC, can't be the Eagles. That's too predictable.
Nah, nah, I don't
49ers, too many 49ers.
yeah.
Ugh, I'm not gonna even say the other team that I was thinking because they can only get there if they beat the Panthers, and they're not gonna. Wait, what other NFC teams are there? We got the
You
Panthers,
got
Eagles.
Chicago. You got the
Oh,
Bears. You
that's
got
right, Chicago and Packers.
the
Oh,
Packers.
oh my gosh. Let's go Packers. I'd rather Packers. Packers and Chargers.
That would be cool. And I think I think the Packers. I think they would have been a hard out if Mike Parsons didn't get hurt. Like I think they would have had a great shot if Mike Parsons didn't get hurt. But
Yeah. See, I said what was going to be fun, but it does suck because they're not at their best with, Mike
yeah,
Parsons
yeah.
hurt.
But if the Packers would have get to the Super Bowl, that means the offense has been explosive. It's been like great because they obviously had to lean on their offense to get to the Super Bowl. So I
Yeah.
think, but I mean, the Packers. I mean, they're entertaining. I like watching them play, especially when Jordan Love is like when he's throwing when they're aggressive throwing the ball. They're fun to watch. So definitely
Yeah,
the
he's a
Packers are
gunslinger.
definitely in. Yeah, yeah.
They
I
got a lot
think
of gunslingers in that Packers history. The Aaron Rodgers, Brett Favre.
yeah. Steelers Packers Super Bowl would be funny just because of the storylines. That would be funny.
Oh my gosh. Could you imagine with Aaron Rodgers? That would be insufferable, low key.
Yeah, but I think one of my favorite ones should probably be Patriots Rams, like ones we talking about earlier, like the two MVP candidates being against each other. Um, Patriots Packers could be good. I like that one.
Yeah,
Uh,
Patriots, and it would be fun. Well, it would be fun with this iteration of the Patriots, but it would kind of be lame considering that their
oh yeah,
history
because
just
they
is
about to,
so
the history they've been in this so much. Yeah,
so successful. Yeah.
yeah,
It would just be annoying. But
yeah,
this iteration would be fun.
yeah. And I think any matchup with the Bills will be fun, just because I know they would have to score a lot of points because their defense stinks. Um, um, let's see, like Bills Rams would be cool. Bills Seahawks, all that would be cool. Yeah, man, it's some good matchups, I would say. I don't think, like I said, any team like the Jaguars, I guess any matchup with them would be probably cool because I know it would be high scoring. I don't think the Broncos games, with any of the Broncos being the Super Bowl, would be entertaining because their offense is not good. Um, yeah, like I said, any if the Patriots, the Chargers, the Jaguars, or the Bills make the Super Bowl against any of the NFC teams, I think that would be good. I don't want to see the Broncos. I don't want to see the Steelers. Really, those two teams, I don't really care for too much. But
Hey,
fun
at
to
least
watch.
it's gonna be not the Chiefs, which is fun for me.
Hey, we don't have to see the Chiefs. I don't want to see the Eagles again. I don't want to see them in there again. I don't really care
Honestly,
for them.
I agree, but also I watched Hard Knocks and it just gave me a soft spot for the Eagles individual players. And
If
so
they're playing well, I wouldn't mind it too
I'm
much. But
rooting
they
for
get
the individual players, but it would not
yeah,
be fun to watch
yeah.
the Eagles logo and everything go. Yeah.
I don't want to see them get it there and they're winning because of their defense and their offense is playing sorry. I'm like, I don't want to see that. But if they're playing well and they get there, then that's fine too. Because we just don't need another blowout in the Super Bowl like last year. Like that, like after like the first second quarter, it's boring. After that, he's just like you're doing other stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
Watching it
was
for
actually cheering. I was rooting because I was with my uncle Quincy, who's a big Eagles fan. I was rooting for the Eagles, so it was fun for me.
I think I was at a restaurant with some friends watching it, and we were just like, "Is this game already over?" Like, and I'm like, this can't be. I'm like, it's not over. It's the Chiefs. They always make comebacks. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking that. So I'm just trying to and then like the third quarter comes, and then it's like they're still down by a lot. I'm like, oh man, this might be it. This about to be it. So I'm like, this, but I
Yeah.
mean, it was interesting. But yeah, as long as we don't, it's gonna be new blood in there, which is the good thing, the great thing. So that's always great to see. And like I said, these playoffs should be entertaining. I think.
I
Hopefully, we
agree.
get some good games.
Oh, well, we're going to get some good games. Hopefully, the good game for me that kicks it off is the Panthers winning.
Yeah, yeah. Speaking of the Panthers, man, what's one thing you're looking forward to going into the wild card weekend with the Panthers being in there against the Rams?
Well, first and foremost, the fact that Cam is going to be hitting the keep pounding drum. It's pretty
That's awesome.
awesome.
Yeah,
I mean, finally, the long awaited king of Queen City
has returned.
has returned. I mean, that's just awesome. But in terms of the game itself, I just want us to play like we belong. Win or lose, if we play like we belong, I'm going to be happy. Like, especially if it's like a game that has people watching, that shows our talent, like that has people talking about the Panthers during the offseason. Like,
Yeah, like that's a team to be reckoned with going into next year. Like
yep,
you want those type of comments.
exactly. So if that happens, I'm going to be happy.
Yeah, man. I definitely want to see the Panthers put up a good showing. You know, like I said, we talked
I
about
want to
it. I
see us
mean,
blown out. If we get blown out, I'm going to turn off the
yeah,
TV.
that would be the worst outcome. We don't want to see that. We definitely don't want to see that. But like we've been saying, man, I mean,
Physically.
if they can get that run game going, that would help things. I mean, and then obviously, like you said, man, them just being aggressive, not being conservative, being aggressive, throwing the ball down the field, just making sure like making the defense work, man. Not being predictable, not being like conservative, not being like oh, like this is obvious that they're gonna run the ball here, or this is obvious they have to pass here. Also, the Panthers. One thing about the Panthers, they need to stay ahead of the sticks. I don't like when they get in third and longs and stuff like that. It gets kind of dicey at that point. I mean, even
I
though
think
Bryce does
that's
make plays,
I think
yeah, but
that's like one of the things that both Dave Canales and Brad Idzik are like focused on, to like making sure that we put ourselves in third and manageable.
yeah,
They've said as much in like interviews just earlier today. So I feel that, yeah, I feel that.
absolutely, absolutely. And the defense, obviously, we need them to go in there, wreak havoc. Has to make it hard for Matthew Stafford as much as you can. Um, Obviously, JC Horn needs to have a big game against Devontae or Puka, whoever's on his side, because they play sides and now he doesn't travel, but whoever's on his side at that time. um, Also, I think what was that dude name? I can forget that dude name. He was
But
catching deep passes against the Panthers. It was some random dude. We didn't see. What's his name? Like Smith or something? Number 19 for the Rams. I think in the last game he was catching balls down the field. And I was like, who is
his name's
this
not
guy?
Akili. No, no, never mind.
No, no,
It's
no.
not.
But I think Tutu Atwell is back, so he probably takes his role. Make sure that you keep an eye on Tutu Atwell. Don't let that man get behind the defense. It'll be trouble.
That's like the thing he does well.
Yeah, 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 for sure. Make sure you keep him in check for sure. But
We gotta get
definitely
Jimmy Horn on some deep routes. We only get him on gadgety plays.
that would be great. What if this would be the game that Xavier Leggett has a deep route?
Man, I was waiting. Everybody is clowning Xavier Leggett, and I still kind of believe in him. Kind of. My belief kind of took a hit. I'm not gonna lie. The
he
season
did
was
have
not
that.
encouraging, but I still do believe in him, and I think maybe he's not going to be ever really a complete receiver, but I think that the things he's good at, he can do really well. Like when he garners speed and gets that strength and is running across the speed or the field like a locomotive, that's somebody that is able to catch the ball and nobody wants to tackle. Like
Yeah,
if we can put him in positions to succeed like that, I think he could be a stud.
absolutely, absolutely. But yeah, man. Hopefully the Panthers can, go out there and show why they made the playoffs, and show everybody that they're a team to be reckoned with. They're a relevant team and a team to be on the lookout for going forward.
That's right.
That'll be great to see. Obviously, the Colts is nothing to look forward to as far as they going going as far as they're concerned. I guess maybe we'll start looking at some mock drafts, some players, some prospects that they need to be looking at. I already said we need to get a linebacker, edge rusher, interior pass rusher. So those are all positions. Defense, focus on the defense. Make sure we get that taken care of because the offense, I think, is in a good position. But other than the quarterback, which will be addressed at some point. Um,
Yeah. Sometimes it's best to be able to plop a quarterback into a good position already.
yeah, but the defense, we need to address that. Make sure that's taken care of because that was the weak point this year, obviously. So definitely some things to look into and to look forward to as we get out of here. Any last words, John?
Well, keep pounding. First of all, we are in an incredible position. I'm happy. Like, I'm not mad about the season at all. So, regardless of what happens, I'm going to be happy the next time I get onto this show. And the Panthers have an opportunity to do something pretty cool, pretty special. So, let's see what we can do.
Absolutely. I mean, like I said, if they upset the Rams, that'll probably be one of the biggest upsets in forever.
And we already did before. So
Yeah,
it's not like it's this like wild idea, but we need to do it to be able to, do it. It needs
yeah.
to
Go out there and make a statement, win or
function.
lose. Go out, Panthers. Go out there and make a statement.
Exactly. Make a statement. Oh, and also for all you theater fans out there, or just anybody that wants to see a show, check out below. Said go see the flick early February with Theater Charlotte. I'm the lead character, a lead character. There's three leads, and it's a good show. I actually think it's fun and a funny and good and deep show. So you should check it out. It's not that expensive. It'll be a fun time.
Absolutely. Especially for you Charlotteans, you guys are live in Charlotte. You got to go check it out. It's Theater Charlotte, the flick. Got to go see that. But definitely go support John and his acting. He's pretty good, I would say. So you guys should go check him out.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. So looking forward to that as well. But as we always say, keep pounding for the shoe. Go Panthers and go Colts. Have a great week.